Well, if anyone needs one.
Apparently. I don't even know how to react to that. What's up, Facebook? How you guys doing tonight? You're getting the Facebook pregame show. Let me fire up the Twitch.
Fire it up!
Broadcast gameplay. Going to Twitch. Dre GP podcast. Oh, I always forget. I should do this a little quicker so I can get 24, 17, 1, 7. Bam, bam, bam. Start broadcasting. Bam. Now we are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch. We're recording for audio so people can download this on the iTunes mañana. So, let's see here. We got about 20 seconds till the show open.
Let's wait a little bit. We can start a minute late.
We start a minute late, 8:01.
Yeah,
Why?
we'll go a minute later.
All right, whatever. Well, I guess there's not much to preview. I mean, we're going to be talking about video games. We're going to be talking about Mystery Science Theater 3000. We're going to be talking about we're going to talk a little Guardians of the Galaxies, and that's coming out next week. A lot of stuff is springing up around the internet.
But it's a matter of getting an audience for that.
Getting an audience for that. I know. We have two people. We have you and someone else.
Yes. Thank you.
We got everything set up. We're good to go. Let me make sure the mic is in my face. I have to make love to the mic. We're on all of our platforms. So I guess we'll start at 8:01. Then, well.
Share.
Oh, if anyone watching this, even if you're watching this after the fact, please share this video with anyone watching. With any of your.
You're awfully subdued tonight. Speak up.
I'm tired. I'm tired. Depression is bad, dude.
No. Depression is fuel.
Not today, man. That's why I posted the what do you call it? The format so late because I was in a funk. So I'm gonna go quiet here for a second so we can make a. That's why I posted we're just professionals. we are.
I was like, what's going on?
What is happening? So we're gonna put the break right here.
Yeah.
Damn it, Sam! Live from Los Angeles, California, this is Dre's Geek Philosophy, the April 24th edition. We are, as usual, somewhere hidden in the Los Angeles area. I'm here with my guests. Oh, what? My guests. I am off today. We're going to lead off with that. I'm off. I am not completely here today. We have Judgmental Nerd, Pete Molini. Over here, to my right. To my left, we have excessively long executive producer, Sam Zia.
Unnecessarily long this time.
Unnecessarily long producer, Sam Zia. We are live on the air. For those of you who are watching us live on Facebook, those of us, we already have a viewer on Twitch. All right, we got one viewer. Huzzah!
You shoot at a robot.
Oh, we got to shoot a robot. Let's shoot out a robot. Hold on.
No, we already got the robot.
We got the one robot.
Yeah.
See, that's distracting.
No, that's true.
Shooting out a robot, I feel like that stops everything that's happening. All right.
That drink.
And that drink. Today, it's not going to be a great show tonight. I can already tell right off the bat. Or it could be our best show. I don't know. So, we really struggled to find a topic this week. I feel like that's the big struggle with this show. The problem I have with the show is trying to come up with stuff because I try to let whatever happens in the nerd world kind of dictate it.
Yeah.
Because damn it, I want to make a bad joke there. How am I dictate? But nothing really major happened this past week in the world of nerds. I mean, you have big things going on with your East LA Comic-Con.
Yeah.
There's big stuff today.
Let's talk about that because there's some significance happening there.
Yeah, because today.
Yeah, we finally got the okay to announce that Lucha Underground is going to be there.
We have confirmation that Lucha Underground.
That's all we know, though.
we don't know anything else. That's we don't know what talent from Lucha Underground is coming to the show. We don't know exactly what's happening.
No,
we just know that
they're coming
in some way, shape, or form on May 20th?
May 20th.
Saturday, May 20th, 2017, East LA Comic Con, which we our show will be emanating live from there. Disseminating. Ew. We'll be live from that show as well. Inseminating live. Yikes. Now my feelings about that. I like to leave maps of Hawaii everywhere. Okay, I don't inseminate anywhere. The maps of Hawaii are shot all over this wonderful world. And if you don't get that joke, I'll explain it to you later.
But yeah, so they're coming.
Lucha Underground's coming, and I see you're making announcements every day for all the guests that are going to be be at the show. It's exciting. It's like a professional Comic-Con that you're running.
Right? We need a rundown on the guests.
Next week.
well, as we get closer to the show, I feel like like the week before the show, we'll probably do we'll dedicate a good big chunk to the show of you just pimping out what's happening, who's going to be there, because I'm sure you still have more guests to confirm.
Yeah,
because you barely got the Lucha Underground confirmation today. So
I've been working on that for a while. That's been in the back burner for a while. There.
It's been cooking for a little while. You put it in the crock pot, slow cooked. Till you finally got the confirmation from the Lucha Underground people today that they are indeed coming. Your convention, I told you, man, this makes your show legit, man.
It makes it legit, right? Because that's a big get, right?
That's a big get. Yeah, when you posted that photo on Facebook today on the East Los Angeles Comic-Con page, you should follow if you're on Facebook. The reaction, I dare say that's the biggest reaction you've gotten. All the comments and people sharing and people freaking out. People were freaking out over the fact that this, an East LA product, Lucha Underground, that it is literally filmed in Boyle Heights, right there, East LA.
So I think we looked it up. It's 3 miles from where we're having
from the show.
Yeah, so
it's a big deal.
And it's crazy too because I put the Vegas. It was just a picture of the mask, and it just said more info coming soon. And people went nuts. And
as I told you on the pre-show meeting, you didn't know, that's basically kind of how Lucha Underground does their marketing.
Yeah.
They're very minimalist. You did exactly what they like I told you when they announced season 3, they literally just put the mask and a 3 under it.
Yeah.
And that was for season 3.
Nice.
So you had no idea. You were following their format of how they would promote. So which I tell you, that's probably why everyone freaked the fuck out when you posted that. They're like, "This is legit. Yeah. This is exactly what they would do."
Because that was the whole thing. I wanted to say something, but it's still we don't know anything.
We don't know anything. But for what the content is, Lucha Underground. That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't even know it, but that is perfect. That's exactly what their brand is, what their marketing. They're very subtle.
Yeah.
You'll find out. Literally, when you see the commercials, it's a bunch of action at the very end. Lucha Underground, El Rey Network, Wednesdays.
By the way, thank God for the El Rey Network.
El Rey Network is cool.
I like it. I'm a big fan of all of the old kung fu movies that they've been showing.
Oh, God.
It kills me. Every time I see any of the 36 Chamber movies, I'm all about that. That's awesome.
Again, all the promos, because they have the deep voice guy.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Slasher Saturdays. Yeah. El Rey Network. I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah, and then they do the kaiju week.
Yeah. Last year was Kaiju 4th of July. Yeah. Kaiju 4th of July. I was like,
that's awesome.
It's just a weird mixture of stuff.
They show all the fun movies.
Yeah,
I feel that's all the stuff that us being in our mid 30s. That's all the stuff that we grew up on.
Yeah, they're freaking Airwolf on in the movie.
Yeah. They show Airwolf.
They show Miami Vice.
Yeah.
What? I did not know that. They don't show commercials for that during because I'm a fan of Lucha Underground. So obviously when you confirmed that Lucha Underground was coming, I nerded the fuck out. Yeah. I told you if a certain talent shows up. If Pentagon Jr., a.k.a. Pentagon Dark, a.k.a. Penta El Zero Miedo shows up, I will lose my shit. I will buy a mask. I will put it on. I will pay him whatever it costs to take a photo with him. With my boy Pentagon. He's a crazy man. He breaks people's arms. He has no fear. Zero Miedo in Spanish.
There you go.
That's my guy. The Pentagon. But yeah, I saw you've been putting up the graphics every day, you're announcing guests each day, and you're still confirming more stuff, right?
Yeah, we're still confirming some more stuff. We have maybe 1 or maybe 2 big announcements coming up. Hopefully this week.
Yeah.
So, big announcements, hey man. So you put Los Angeles in a Comic-Con, and all of a sudden
the people come out of the woodwork.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Lucha Underground came to you, right?
Yeah, that was the craziest thing.
That wasn't you begging them, please show it to my convention. It was like, hey, can we get in on this action?
Yeah, exactly. That was the funniest thing, man. You pointed that out, that once you put that LA into a title, it gets people's attention.
It does. I mean, you have a couple thousand Facebook likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cool thing is you also throw in the East LA part. First off, LA is a lot of flash, and you get a lot of.
But this is like East LA.
When you get East LA, you all of a sudden tap into that underground.
Yeah.
The people were like, oh wow, these are the parts that white people are slowly beginning to move back into. This part of the place is new and hip.
Yep, it's kind of a weird reverse gentrification going on over there. I think. Oh God, I'm getting my head rubbed like a genie. This is the part of the fun of watching the show live. For any of you listening to this later on, be sure you can go to facebook.com/DreGB podcast if you want to see the ridiculousness that happens with our video.
Yeah, it was funny because I remember the very first meeting we had about the show.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, oh, like year 3, 4, like we'll get the Outright Network. It'll be cool. And then like a month
year
later,
1.
A month later, they're like, hey, we want to be part of the show. And it's like, wait, what?
They reach out to you, hey, are you running this thing?
Yeah.
Can we get in on this action?
That's the craziest thing, because it's like they're located in like Texas.
Yeah.
Well, so it's just nuts that it kind of like
Austin? They're in Austin, right? Because everything cool in Texas is in Austin.
It's just nuts that it reached all the way out there somehow.
Hey man, in this modern world of the internet, man, shit travels fast.
Yeah, apparently, man.
When you fuck up, that shit goes even quicker.
That's true.
And you're absolutely tapping into their demographic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Even though like all those wrestlers they say are from East LA are really not from East LA, but I follow the show. It's pretty awesome. It's a lot of fun. We talked about it during the wrestling episode. I mentioned Lucha Underground during the wrestling episode. So all right, we've hit the 10-minute mark. I want to hit one of our first subjects, the first topics, something that excessively long. Executive producer Sam Z has been wanting to talk about for the last 2 weeks, but we keep it keeps getting cut or forgotten.
It's nerd.
I know.
It's as nerd as it gets.
Yeah, and this is why I kind of want to talk about it. I kind of withheld some information from you, Mr. Sam. So, Mystery Science Theater 3000 came back on Netflix after the successful Kickstarter campaign. Was it last year? It feels like it might have been even longer. It came back. Yeah. We have a new cast. We have a Jonah Ray. We have 2 new stand-up comics who are voicing Crow and Tom Servo.
They tried to make themselves sound like Crow and Servo.
They tried to sound like the original.
They're not quite.
They're not. No, it's funny. They fooled my roommate. My roommate thought it was the original Crow and Servo.
Former guest
Trent Trail, who was here for the room episode. He thought they were like they are participating. The original Crow and Servo, they are participating. Their names are in the credits, but they're not voicing Crow and Servo. They're voicing other characters.
Bill Corbett and I can't remember.
I forget the other ones.
I just saw Riff Tracks the other week.
Right, you saw Samurai Cop.
I saw Samurai Cop, and I'm telling you, that was one of the funniest things I've seen in the movie theater. It was brilliant. It was really well done. It was as funny as the actual movie was pathetically funny.
Oh.
And that's the thing, yeah. So it's back. Historically, me, I dare say I'm not necessarily a fan of MST. I'm not against it, but I'm not like hardcore, like super into it. I'm kind of like, oh, cool. I acknowledge that it's there. I remember watching it on Comedy Central way back in the day, catching it here and there. But I don't have the enthusiasm that you have, Sam.
Oh, I love it.
I know you are just like, you are hardcore into it. I can be amused by, like, I'll watch it sometimes, and like sometimes I will laugh. Like, I was watching one of the episodes last week when my roommate was watching it, and there were some good laughs here and there, but it was just kind of like, you're still watching a really bad movie.
Yeah, yeah, and that's ultimately where I think your issue comes in. You don't like just sitting through bad movies, like
I can't
or whatever.
I can't.
When it's not about the movie, it's about slamming it.
I get it, and then sometimes the jokes are just kind of like, oh.
It's like watching if they put a camera behind me and you watching a really shitty movie together. That's how their responses are exactly how you and I would be responding.
A little bit, like I would just be making fun of the stuff directly. Where they're inserting what they think would be funnier lines.
Well, yeah, but it's the same. It's in the same vein.
And I get it. I'm not against it. It's not. This is not Dre hates MS. No, this is not Dre hates MST3K.
That is the title of this episode.
This is not the title of the episode.
Dre hates MST3K.
I just like, it's fine. I can be amused by it, but what did I go see it with our mutual friend? Because you went to go see it with Laura Setzer, our friend Laura Setzer.
That's right.
I went to go see. Was it Ferris Bueller Saves New York, Godzilla 2000. When that was in the theaters, I went to go see it with her, and I was like, okay, I'm sitting through Godzilla 2000 again, and it was kind of funny, but it was just kind of like, all right, that was the thing that happened. Like that's.
Yeah,
it was all right. I'm not like I wasn't rolling. Like
it's hit and miss.
If I could have, I would have joined you for Samurai Cop because that would have been more fuel for this subject when we got here.
And Samurai Cop is such an awesomely bad movie. Like Godzilla legitimately tried to be a good movie.
Oh yeah.
Whereas you can there's moments where it's like you put Samurai Cop on the same level as The Room. It's just poor filmmaking, but it's really hilariously done. Yeah, it's something that if you watched it by yourself, you would be like screaming about how terrible it is, but you'd be laughing about how amazingly terrible it is.
I don't know. I don't have that gear in my head. I guess I just because like last year when I was doing the movie challenge last year, there were several movies I just pushed myself through because they're objectively not good, but I think they were not like excessively bad like a Samurai Cop or The Room, but it was like I'm sitting through this terrible movie just because I needed to watch 366 movies in 366 days.
Yeah.
But there were there were 2 or 3 occasions where I stopped the movie.
Yeah. Well, if you look at stuff with MST3K and riff tracks, it's like it really depends on the movie. A movie like say Sharknado, they did a riff on that, and it was entertaining because everybody knew Sharknado and
not good.
Yeah, they knew it was a bad movie, but people loved it for being awesomely bad. So to hear them riff on it, it made it a little bit funnier. And then for people who didn't like it anyways, then they would have been like, okay, well, at least somebody else is making fun of it.
Right, like I'm not alone. I don't hate Sharknado by myself.
It's certain movies that they did, I wasn't very pleased with some of the stuff that it just wasn't funny. It was the same thing with the episodes. Certain episodes, when they did the original TV show and even the new ones, some of them just aren't that funny. But some of them knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I forgot. I was watching one. It was this weird one with a Bigfoot, and I think that was like the second episode of the new series. There were some really good lines where I friggin' snorted out loud. Yeah. But then there are other ones that are I think that's my issue. Where there's some stuff times where they really hit it really hard. They're like, oh, this is awesome. And then there's others that were just like they're just farting their way through it.
Just sleep through it, really. Sometimes. Yeah. And
they're just farting their way through it.
I used to watch that at like 2-3 in the morning.
I don't know, because don't you have that app on your PS4 where they have a channel of nothing but MST3K?
Yeah. It's what is it? Orbit TV, not Orbit TV, something. It's Pluto TV.
Pluto TV, yeah.
And that has an MST3K channel.
It's a channel,
24/7.
24/7. If you are that person who loves MST3K,
that's the channel.
Yeah.
That's the channel.
Wow.
Now, certain ones are great. Some of them knock them out of the park. The really best thing about the new series, Patton Oswalt.
Oh God, no. He's been funny. Yeah, in the interstitials where they go to him, he's freaking great.
He is lights out. For me, that is the best part of all the new cast is the fact that you have Patton Oswalt playing the son of TV's Frank.
No, son of TV's Frank.
The son of TV's Frank. That's right.
The son of TV's Frank, and then Felicia Day calling him whatever his actual name was.
Yeah. TV's Frank is actually really a funny guy. Hit him up on Twitter.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny one.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm a fan of the fact that they brought it back. I'm a fan of the fact that they brought the 20 best episodes of the original series back a month before to promote it.
Oh, well, because Netflix is not stupid. They know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. It also it made really bad movies wildly popular, like Mono's
Hands of Fate. Yeah, I remember watching that one at your house years ago.
It was painfully bad. But it's now a legendarily bad movie. It went from being unwatchable to a legend.
Yeah, it's legendarily bad. But enough about bad movies. I want to talk about a good movie that's coming out.
Yes.
Because last week was the big premiere of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, wait, good segue.
Yeah. I'm getting good at this. We've been at this for about 4 months now. And it's like I'm getting the hang of this whole segue business instead of just like abruptly hitting the brakes. And like, let's just change subjects now. Yeah. But obviously, I feel the whole staff here. I feel we're all pretty excited about Guardians. We were all big fans of the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm titillated.
It's
still my favorite Marvel movie, man.
Same here.
It's the most. It's the most fun one.
Yeah.
My last girlfriend, that she had never watched any of the Marvel movies. That's the first one I showed her. I didn't go Iron Man first. I was like, okay, we're gonna watch this movie.
Yeah.
I think you might dig this because this is totally like offbeat, quirky, crazy. Or as the statement I made when we went to go see it, I'm like, this is the Star Wars of the Marvel universe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this is the movie where like you don't know anything about it going in. It creates this entire fantastical world that now everyone's totally invested in.
Yeah.
It's basically the Star Wars of the Marvel universe.
I remember when the first one came out, that's what people were saying. They were saying this is these kids is Star Wars.
Yeah, the children, the children growing up right now. This is going to be their Star Wars.
Yeah,
which is now they confirmed there's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, directed and written by James Gunn because they Marvel is not dumb. They know they have a gold mine right here, so they're just going to keep on farming this till we get Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 6.
But did you see that thing? I thought it was trippy that they announced Feige confirmed that because they're showing up in Infinity War.
Yes.
Infinity War takes place 3 years after Volume 2. So there's going to be this huge gap.
Time gap.
Yeah, there's going to be a huge time gap. And he said that they're going to look different. That it's going to we're going to notice that 3 years have
Groot
passed.
will be full-sized again.
Groot.
Afro.
Yeah, right.
Why do you make fun of my hair? This is merely my hair. I don't understand your jokes. What is this afro we speak of?
Nothing goes over my afro.
Hey, look, he was the real MVP of the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
He really was.
Yeah.
He was the real MVP of that first movie. Chris Pratt, we knew he was going to be funny.
Yeah.
We knew Zoe Saldana was going to be awesome for Colombiana and all the other stuff that she had already done. But, like, no one really all right, he's going to look like Drax, but let's see. And then, like, turns out to be funniest guy.
Yeah.
Like, deadpan. Like, that line, nothing goes over my head. I would catch it. Like, metaphors go over his head.
But the thing that's crazy, I thought for sure that Rocket was going to be the one that everyone's going to love, and it ended up being Groot.
Yeah,
Like, didn't...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Groot became the sentimental favorite just because of the act of sacrifice.
Yeah.
If Groot...
Well, of course, he's a giant dumbass, too.
Yeah. Well,
Stop drinking the water!
He's he was like pet/guardian for Rocket. So that right there, he had pet-like aspects, like
Gone for the
going and drinking from the fountain.
Gone for the action, here for the money.
But he absolutely was the glue of that held it all together.
Yeah. The Groot was awesome. Just it was hilarious. And then now I feel like now that they kept him tiny for this movie simply because he's adorable.
Yeah.
He's adorable as BB Groot.
They could sell a lot more Baby Groot items.
Oh, they're gonna sell a shitload of freaking this is true. Baby Groot. Because I remember like after the first movie, everyone wanted that potted Baby Groot. Yeah. And now it's like, I'm sure there's gonna be Baby Groot toys. Well, I haven't walked in. I'm sure they're already on shelves. I'm sure they.
I already have 3 great Baby Groot toys.
Because I don't work as a retail representative. I'm not out there anymore looking. Yeah. I'm not walking through Target, walking through the toy aisle every day like I used to do.
Target, I think, has an exclusive figure that dances, and it's life size.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, wait, no. I have the dancing Groot that's just...
You have the OG one. Yeah. No, but I feel, of course, they got to capitalize. There's probably a new one.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, they're making them all over the place.
I want Baby Groot with the bomb.
Yeah.
Just wanting to press the button.
I am Groot.
Because that first teaser trailer where, like, he runs away with the bomb. I'm like, that's just...
Yeah.
I lost
I'm Groot! Just like... That's so good.
I love how they recreated that shot too. It had like Rocket with the guns, and then Baby Groot's like on his shoulder.
Yeah, instead the other way around.
Yeah. And he's screaming the same way Rocket was. I'm sorry, that's the movie of the year for me. That's the one I'm waiting for. I was very underwhelmed by movies, with the exception, and I only saw it on Blu-ray, was Sing, and I think that might have come out last year.
Yeah, it came out last Christmas.
Yeah, last Christmas. So it was right on the cusp. That, for me, was an outstanding animated movie. This movie is the only movie I've been looking forward to all year.
Well, being a big nerd myself, obviously there's this. I was low key on freaking Thor Ragnarok until everyone else got to find out how awesome it was going to be. Because everything I'd heard, like the rumors, everything I heard about Thor Ragnarok, I'm like, oh man, I think this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And the first trailer comes out, freaking immigrant song, boom, 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 and then blows everyone the fuck away. Oh wait, now I hope they're probably gonna show that same trailer. I would hope they have a new trailer, but they're not. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. I'm sure the second trailer will come out closer to November-ish.
Yeah.
Or later in the summer, maybe in front of Spider-Man: Homecoming. I don't know, because we got that coming out, and I'm excited for that movie, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I'm underwhelmed because the hype around every single other Spider-Man movie was so overwhelming that I just want to wait and see how they pull it off.
No,
I know
maybe
it's a reboot. It's a complete...
No, you don't understand. This is not Sony now. It's Marvel.
Know, it's a completely.
It's Marvel, dude.
Game.
It's the Spider-Man from Civil War.
I am approaching this the same way I approached the second Hulk.
Robert Downey Jr.'s in it.
I know. I'm okay with that. I am approaching this the exact same.
For the last 8 years, all we know is Robert Downey Jr. is in it. He makes it better.
I'm just approaching this the same way I approached Edward Norton as the Hulk.
Yeah,
I was blown away by the Hulk because I had underwhelming expectations going in.
Me, it's the opposite for me. Because of the way they handled Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War, he was perfect. In my opinion, that was a perfect Spider-Man. I mean, Tobey Maguire was. He was. If you go back, I can't rewatch those movies.
Really? Not even the second one. I like the second one a lot.
I know you do. I mean, it's sad. I frequently quote the first one because I always yell out, "Bonesaw is ready!" Like when I'm playing Destiny with my friends. Like, hey, SoCal, are you ready? Bonesaw is ready. Macho Man Randy Savage. I frequently quote that, but. I was like, I went back and rewatched the original one. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I was like, and I remember back when we watched it. Was that was like what 2000?
2001.
2001.
Yeah.
That was great. I'm like, oh wow. Although I feel like I liked it more because oh look, he's swinging.
Yeah.
Look, we get to see his point of view of swinging. This is so amazing. This is exactly what I wanted of a Spider-Man movie.
I remember seeing the first one in the theater, and the scene when he's fighting Green Goblin in that parade with the big balloons, or whatever. When he breaks the glider and Goblin flies up and he's like, "I'll get you next time, Spider-Man." I nerded out over that, dude. like that's such a cartoon thing to do.
It is so great.
I had a similar nerd out with that second Hulk when they started playing the original Hulk music.
Oh,
he's walking down the street.
That for me, I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like grabbing people. I was like, "Look at the song!" Like, and that's the thing. I would have, if it wasn't for the shittiness of the first one. I don't think I would have enjoyed the second one as much.
See, that is one of the 3 Marvel movies I refuse to watch. I have never watched Ang Lee's Hulk. I have never watched X-Men 3 or The Last Stand. And I have never watched X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Ang Lee's Hulk was a bitter disappointment.
I hear that's all I heard because that was the summer I worked at Fry's, so I didn't really get to go to the movies at all because I worked all day at Fry's Electronics, and then I worked during the day at Fry's Electronics, went to school at Cal State LA at night, so I didn't see the sun.
Nice. Yeah, no, that movie.
Yeah, the Ang Lee Hulk. That's new. So, but yeah, Guardian. But no, that's what I'm saying. This year is a great year for nerds. Like we had Lego Batman, which was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
We had Logan. We got friggin' Guardians next week. We got Spider-Man. We got Thor Ragnarok. We have another Star Wars movie. There's all kinds of stuff coming.
We got Justice League.
There's a Justice League movie coming. I mean.
To kind of brand the
we will pay $5 to go see Justice League. We will pay our $5. We will watch it. That way we can come on the show and tell you how much we don't like it. Or if a miracle happens,
we'll be surprised.
Or we can be surprised and then it wasn't awful.
Yeah.
It was not a shit sandwich. It was more like a expired chocolate. Yeah. It was like an expired Snickers. It wasn't bad. It was just okay.
It's not good for you, but
it's not good for you, but it was fine.
It's fine.
That's what I expect. I hope that's what we get out of out of that. So, like movies. I don't know. Just I don't expect high art. I don't expect. I want to be entertained. Mm-hmm. And DC,
not so much.
Gotta do better. But speaking of doing better, speaking of creating art, we're gonna get to our main subject here now.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about because you know what? I'm gonna have excessively long executive producer Sam Zia take the wheel here for a minute.
I might take forever talking about it. I'm excessively long.
You're excessively long. No, but we have this subject because of you. This week, I was struggling with trying to find a topic, and you stumbled upon this because you discovered a game. Because this, talking for the last 10 years, this has been a frequent subject in nerd forums where games are by other mediums are not considered art. Like movies, art, television, all kinds of other things are quote unquote considered art, Like, I say Breaking Bad. That is a work of art. That is the metamorphosis of a chemistry teacher turning into a drug kingpin. That the summation of that show to me is a work of art. That is just like 99% of all your threads that were created are all tied up. You know everything you need to know from beginning to end across 5 seasons. I feel a perfect 5 seasons constructed. That is a work of art. Yeah. But a lot of people don't consider video games to be art. I believe that one of the biggest ones was when Roger Ebert was still with us. Yes. He was a big proponent of saying that video games were not art, where many gamers would argue otherwise.
Yeah, well, it's one thing if you ask gamers. Gamers are going to say absolutely.
We're absolutely biased.
Well, there's no question, but it's a matter of swaying mainstream media in the same way that, or of the ilk of an Ebert, the people who are the film.
Yeah, the mainstream, high critics, people they don't consider video games art.
Like people who were high when they thought that video games aren't art. But
yeah.
Do we know why he didn't feel that?
Oh no, there. I think he wrote a long article on the.
I'll get the quote for you.
Yeah, in the Chicago Sun-Times, and yes, like on Facebook Live here, Tabitha. Some are art, some are Call of Duty. No. This is not a blanket that not all video games are art. Certain games can be considered works of art.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Here's what he says. To my knowledge, no one in or out of the field has ever been able to cite a game worthy of comparison with the great dramatists, poets, filmmakers, novelists, and composers. That a game can aspire to artistic importance as a visual experience, I accept. But for most gamers, video games represent a loss of those precious hours we have available to make ourselves more cultured, civilized, and empathetic. I will say this. He might be right when it comes to first-person shooters.
Yeah, no, like what Tabitha said here. Call of Duty is definitely not art.
It just sounds like he didn't like video games.
Well, I feel like he just, especially at that point, he just hadn't been exposed. I think it was in 2005.
Yeah, because
he hadn't been exposed to anything that was artistic. The only ones that sold huge amounts were the sports games.
Like your Maddens, your Grand Theft Autos. Yeah. Those were the big system sellers. I can tell you from personal experience. Back when I worked at GameStop, take a drink. Those were the big drink. Those were the big system sellers. But like other games, I dare say there was a game. I'll bring up one of the games that I think is a work of art. It is a game called Beautiful Joe. This came out. Back in 2003 for the PS2 and the GameCube. And man, that game was awesome. Not just visually, but it forced you to think. You had to deal with time travel. You controlled the speed and controlled time. You could rewind things. You could fast forward. You could slow things down. You could zoom in because it was like working with a piece of film. Because the game itself, the way it was literally framed, it was a bunch of frames of film.
Yeah.
And then as you progress through the game, you could freeze things, speed things up, rewind it. It was so great. It was such an experience. If my best friend Jai Potter was here, he would tell you about how. I was struggling with one of the bosses. It was a helicopter that I couldn't beat. It was just kept killing me. And he's like, Dre, you can punch the bullets. I'm like, what? I ran back home and I slowed down time. And then you see these giant bullets. I slow down time. And you see this giant bullet. I'm like, oh shit. Punch the bullet. Goes right back into the helicopter. Fucks it up. And I was like, it completely changed the way I thought about the game. Like, I had to think about how my powers didn't just affect me. It affected the entire environment. Where like you could cause an explosion to be huge. Like if you slow down time, a little tiny fire could turn to a giant explosion.
Yeah.
It's like you could raise the water level of a place by speeding up time. Like you speed up time, all of a sudden the water level would rise. It was like it caused me to like have to look at the game a different way. Yeah. And it like all these crazy emotions.
It was a paradigm shift for you as far as how gaming goes.
Oh my God, it was.
Yeah.
It forced the way. It completely changed the way I looked at games.
A game that did a similar thing that I have on my list of artistic games is Braid.
Huh? Braid. Oh, yeah, I've never played it, but I've heard of it. Okay. So please tell us more.
Braid is a game that involves that time rewinding aspect, but it's framed around a guy who's trying to save like his girlfriend, but it turns out at the end that she's actually running away from you and everything. And the entire story, that's like the top end of the story. The underlying story underneath is that it's like almost a metaphor for the early atomic bomb tests. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most incredibly written games that I've seen. The storyline on it had so many layers to it that it made you feel like you're the hero, and by the end of it, you realize that you are the villain in all of it, and this lady's running away from you, and you're trying to chase her instead of saving her. Someone else is actually saving her.
Oh. We have an interesting comment here from Facebook. We have a guy named Tyler here who says, some would say art is a way to express oneself. How do you express yourself with games? Now, I will answer this. It's not our expression. It's much like when you're watching a movie or looking at a piece of art. It's not how we express ourselves. It's how the game expresses what the creator is doing. Yeah. It's like when we're watching a movie or watching a show or looking at a piece of a literal painting. Yeah, it's not what we created. It's what someone else has created and how we see it and how it evokes emotions in us. That is what we're talking about in regards to art. Video games certain video games being considered art because it does evoke strong feelings.
Yeah, it's like if you go to a museum and you start looking at pieces of art, you're going to be inspired by whatever somebody did, but that's not you expressing yourself. That's somebody else's expression.
That's someone else's expression. Yeah. Art is expressing yourself, but the reaction to it, it's not. Okay, now he says, he understands now. Okay.
Yeah, it's art appreciation.
It's art appreciation, yes.
And what we do when we play video games, especially ones that are considered artistic video games, is that we are appreciating works of art. Yep. Games like Braid I brought up, Shadows of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, yeah, that's a
phenomenal game as far as art.
Another one. It's beautifully created because it's not the way the game is constructed, where it's not just go forward, kill the enemy, and proceed. No, it's like it's games that force you to think.
Yeah, gameplay-wise, it wasn't that. I mean, the actual the gameplay going and climbing the different colossi was phenomenal, but the actual mechanics of the game were kind of crappy.
Yeah, but
but it wasn't about the mechanics or the controls or how it handled. It was about the story and how it hit you, the impact it had, and how it made you want to keep going, even though you could see something was. Like the conflict building in the story. You can sense it happening, but you still wanted to keep going with it. And there was even a movie that had a base off of that video game, and it was an Adam Sandler movie, Rain Over Me.
Oh, really?
His character was obsessed with that.
With Shadow of the Colossus, that's right. What do you call it? There's Tabitha Sheehan on the Facebook Live mentioned a game that you showed me, Fez.
Fez, yes.
Is that on your list, I presume?
No, I don't even have that on the list because that for me was more based, not so much on artistry. The graphics weren't that phenomenal. The gameplay was more about the mechanics. And you can appreciate the mechanics of it, but for me, the storyline wasn't the thing that carried it. It didn't evoke a lot of emotion. I was just blown away by the mechanics.
See, when I think of art, it's not just something that looks good or it's something that changes the way you perceive things.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's why I mentioned Beautiful Joe. Like that changed my perception of games.
For me, Fez was like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah,
that's how I viewed that game. It was like you had to bend your mind in a way, but for me, it didn't elicit the same kind of thing that like watching a beautiful movie or something that people consider art. It didn't evoke the same feeling in me as normal art would, but certain games definitely have.
Yeah, like to bring it to movies, like when Pete and I watched Logan, dude, we had our hearts ripped out.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like it just pulls those. It just messes with your emotions. Like you're watching something fictional, but it's evoking real emotion out of you, and that's what I think is artistic.
I've had that argument. I have a friend who always says that she doesn't understand when people cry at Pixar movies. Because it's a cartoon. I'm like, yeah, but it's talking about...
It's hitting emotions. Like Toy Story made me cry because I thought about all my old toys from when I was a kid. Yeah. Good God!
What was it?
You watched me cry during Toy Story 3.
The first 10 minutes of Up.
Oh my God!
It did more to... What was it? Somebody said the first 10 minutes of Up was
a better love story
than all of the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely true.
And there were no words spoken. There was not a word spoken. It was all just freaking pantomime. That's art.
Yeah. Certain other games, but games that elicited that same feeling were games like Journey.
Yeah.
Journey was one game that really had that feeling. Papo y Yo, that's one that kind of went under the radar. That was a story, like the guy made the game based off of his relationship with his alcoholic father. And how, he felt protective of his father, but he knew how destructive his father could be. There's so much to that as far as...
Yeah, exactly.
And you can get the same feeling out of music. A beautiful piece of music, something well written, or even music that doesn't have words to it. can elicit that kind of emotion. Valiant Hearts: The Great War. Have you guys seen it? It's on PSN. If you get a chance to download it, I recommend it.
Really?
It is a heart-wrenching story based around World War One. It's not a fighting game. It's not so much, or it's not like a shooter game or anything. It's a side scroll.
So, are you trying to tell me there is a game out there involving World War One that does not involve you shooting Nazis?
It's not the game is not centered around shooting.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm shocked because I feel like most of their game companies like we're making a World War One game. Why the hell aren't we shooting Nazis?
Yeah. The game that really brought about this whole discussion was a game called That Dragon Cancer.
That's like when we were here working on when we were doing audio editing the other night, you were showing me that video, and I want you to talk about it because you obviously. You were very moved by this game just by watching videos of it.
Oh, it hit me on so many levels. Just because of the time that I got pump faked by cancer. That's a little bit.
You did have the cancer scare.
Yeah,
thankfully.
But the story is based around a family, and here's the thing: that family, the dad is a video game developer. The mom was a stand-up comedian. He developed this game because it was his way of coping with what was happening in his real life. His 4-year-old kid had cancer and was fighting through it and ultimately lost his battle with cancer. And this game was his way of just expressing that feeling and almost looking to the community for that level of support. And for me, I mean, I have a 3-month-old at home. Yeah. That game messed me up because it was, the kid died at 5. And it was, you watch that and really, and here's one thing: the guy that made the game said, "People who want to play this game, please play it, because there's so many people who are they don't want to confront that emotion, that sad feeling, so they will refuse to play it, but they'll watch walkthroughs of it online. They'll watch other people play playthroughs of it online."
Yeah, I honestly though, I can't. I right now in my current state of my current fight with depression, I can't watch that game. I can't play that game. Yeah. I cannot confront it at this point in time in my current mental state. There's no way in hell. I mean, when you're showing me, I was like, no, I'm like, I can't. It's like someone we're going to talk about the show. I'm like, I want you to talk about it because I don't really want to get into it.
It's a game that, like, it has aspects of it that remind you of old games and stuff
like
that. But at the end of the day, it's something that, just like a great movie is going to move you. That game moves you.
Yeah, because it's not a technically quote unquote good game, but as you were showing me all the people who were doing walkthroughs or let's plays, they're all crying by the end of it. Like super hyped guys are like starting at the beginning, and then you showed me at the end of the video, it's like the dude is kind of just like. The game is called That Dragon Cancer.
That Dragon Cancer.
That Dragon Cancer. I believe it's PC, right? Is it a PC game or
PC? I believe it's also on iOS, and I think it's out on one of the consoles. I'm not sure though. But
That Dragon Cancer.
Really, it's one of those games that
I think That Dragon, Cancer.
Yeah, it's one of those games that it doesn't like. If you were to show that to Ebert, he would say, "Okay, I get it."
Yeah, if Ebert was still alive.
Yeah, and. There's other games, but that one really hit that emotional level harder than any game. And now everybody, like...
I feel like it would follow along lines like an independent movie.
Yeah, it's like, games that make nerds cry. That's one of them.
Right.
The first game that did that is another one that people would have on that art level is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people have it just because of
the shocking...
What it showed... It showed the future of gaming,
right?
As far as the storytelling goes, as far as the graphics
goes. Using cinematic cutscenes, because that was the first movie that had first game that had truly cinematic cutscenes, where like you got attached to characters, and they started to take away characters.
And for me, I don't quite put that like on the same level as those more higher level artistic games.
But
also on that same level, I put The Last of Us.
Right, yeah, The Last of Us. That's another big one that like really messes with your emotions.
Yeah, for sure. Shadows of the Colossus, Flower is another one. That one, it is non-spoken. It's probably the most passive game you could ever play, but it's a beautiful game. It's it's visually beautiful. The storyline underneath it is beautiful, even though there's no words and no actual story to tell.
Tabitha on Facebook Live, she cried during Mass Effect 2 and 3.
That's what I'm talking about. Mass Effect is a great example of game as art, but on a level of a movie, like a mainstream movie, a movie that got millions of dollars thrown at it into production. That's what Mass Effect felt like. Other games like Journey and Papa Yo, that Dragon Cancer were ones like independent films. A lot of the more artistic games are the indie games because they don't have the money, but they have a story. They have a story.
They have a source. They're not necessarily out there trying to make a bunch of money. They're just trying to create their vision and then put it out there. That's like the Penny Arcade Expo. They always have their PAX 10.
Yes.
And like the 10 independent games they think everyone should try out.
Yeah.
I also like the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
That one was a fun game. Stanley Parable, I thought, was brilliantly written. There's great writing in games. You got Portal, Portal 1 and 2.
I kept wanting to mention Portal. That was another game where it forced you to change the way you view a game.
Yeah,
because it had the really dark humor.
Yeah,
and the gameplay itself forced you to kind of learn physics. you had to learn.
Yeah, but there's certain games that make you confront emotion.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of people that, when they bring up the argument of what is art, it has to cause some kind of inner conflict, some kind of emotion, some kind of feeling to it. And these games, like that Dragon Cancer, Papa Yo, Braid, Journey, all Shadows of the Colossus, those bring out genuine emotion. And it's not just like rage emotion like you get with like
you get mad
somebody's
playing a game.
phoning you on a multiplayer.
No, but
it's genuine like sadness.
That surprise that you get out of something.
Yeah.
It catches you. It catches you off guard. That's what we're kind of talking about here. Wow. We're getting more out of this than you thought we would. More.
I'm happy about that.
I know.
There you go.
Yeah.
I told you. I told you. I'm like, this subject.
What are some of the games that you view as artful?
Like Final Fantasy VI.
Yes. Storyline wise, absolutely.
Because it built. Yeah. That one built a world.
Storylines.
Me personally, that's the one where like. Even though I know this, I can replay that. That's the one like role playing game where I can replay it over and over, and I still enjoy it because even in the little 16-bit little pixels, we're talking about like 1990s graphics.
Yeah.
But they had so much emotion. They had character. Like my favorite character is the thief Locke. He's my favorite guy. He's like, I'm not a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. like just from text. There's no voice acting. It's all text, and I was completely invested in all the two brothers who are constantly kind of in conflict, but they still live. Sabin and freaking Edgar. Like the little girl and her grandpa.
Yeah. See, and that's
the girl who lost her memory can't figure out who she is.
And that's something that the entire Final Fantasy series has been trying to mimic.
Yeah, they can't find that. They haven't been able to.
Not to the same level. 7 did a good job. 10,
seven. Like I said, 7 was a cinematic.
7.
7 was a cinematic game. Like I said, that was genre changing because it changed the way you create a game. Now all of a sudden you had more options. You have you have all these resources now that you didn't have before. Because that was a generational jump from the Super Nintendo Genesis days to the PlayStation, and you had all this more processing power, so you could do more with your games. And that's why that's another side topic about gaming where like I think people don't understand like the jumps that we make. We can't jump that far anymore. Like it's literally like when the PlayStation 5 and then the Xbox Scorpio comes out, they're going to look better, but the jump is not going to. We're never going to have that kind of like technical advancement.
Like from
That's like another subject for another day.
Yeah, from the 16-bit systems to the PS1, and then from the PS1 to the PS2.
That was a pretty good jump too.
That was an insane jump.
Like I remember the first time I saw Tekken Tag tournament, Tekken Tag tournament, I was like, "What in the blue? This looks amazing."
Yeah.
Or the first time I saw Madden on a PS2.
That's the one that.
That's the one I felt like that blew everyone away because like you went from like these crappy little polygons, like mashing into each other, where you see the details in their uniforms and that But that's another subject for.
The first time people really mistook video games for actual TV.
Yeah, that's. I feel that's a subject for another day because I want to save. I want to save that this whole BioShock, the first BioShock.
BioShock, absolutely.
The first BioShock, but I always put the disclaimer as like that's a game you can only really play once. That's different in that where I can play Final Fantasy 6 over and over, even though that's like a 60-hour game. I'll still enjoy it. BioShock, that first time through, you play it, and all the twists and turns, like, you know, the way it was constructed, the way the plot really hits you, like you don't realize it's all wheels within wheels. It felt like a Jonathan Hickman friggin' comic. Yeah. There's wheels within wheels, and just mess with you all the way till the end. Like all these decisions that like you think you're making yourself. Oh no, they're not your decisions. You've been programmed into all this, and it was fascinating.
Here's one game that I left off my list, and I regret leaving it off the list.
But bring it up now.
The Telltale games Walking Dead. The first season, second season.
I've been wanting to play. I was watching my friend Chanel. She was playing Walking Dead yesterday, and I was watching that. I had never played any of those Telltale games, and I was watching the gameplay on her Twitch channel yesterday. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I had no idea. Like next week, there's a Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale games coming out.
I'm gonna get.
I was thinking of buying that and streaming that and do an episode of me streaming and playing that Telltale Zone game, and I wanted to go out and find the Batman one as well.
Yeah. Get the Walking Dead one. It is really good as far as like the character development, the way that decision making.
Yeah, that's the aspect where you have all those dialogue trees, like you know that what BioWare kind of like pioneered. Yeah. But I always found out. Well, it's out on PC. Mr. Kia family, it's out on PC, but it's not out on PS4, and I don't have a PC to play it.
Which one?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, it is?
It comes out. I believe it's on PC, but it comes out next week to coincide with the movie on PS4 and Xbox.
Okay. I'll wait for PS4.
Yeah, because I saw people playing. That's the reason I stumbled upon it. I was watching some Guardians of the Galaxy gameplay last week. Since I've been using the Twitter more, I saw IGN was doing a playthrough where they show their IGN people playing through Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale, on PC, and I was like, oh. That was freaking cool. I'm like, this is you kind of get to decide how much of an asshole Star-Lord is. Nice. Because it gives you some extreme options, and like you can be a dick and kind of control the way. And those games are those games I could be considered high art as well because of such control you have over everything. We might not have time to play the game that I wanted to play.
Which one?
No. I'm not video game. Oh, the movie game. Yeah, the podcast game.
We got time. Let's whip it out.
Let's whip it out. So, for those of you, whoever we still have watching here on Facebook Live, there's gonna be a little participation. So, all right, I want you to put your phone away, get away from your computer. We're gonna play a game. There's some audience participation part. So, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and this is inspired by another podcast, Doug Benson's Doug Loves Movies. On their podcast, they play movie games. And my favorite game of theirs is something you can play pretty much anywhere. It's called Last Man Standing. And the way that the game works is that we get a name of somebody, a famous... we get a famous actor or actress who has a long list of movies. And then we're going to ask one of you viewers to give us a name. And then we're going to take turns trying to remember movies without looking them up. And and then as each of us get eliminated, it's like I'm trying to explain the game, Sam. Damn it! So, all right. So, whoever is still watching this, I'd like you the first good name I see where like it's a name of an actor or actress who has a long list of films.
You said long list of films. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with it.
So, Facebook audience. All right, we have at least not John. Oh, a famous actor, long list of films.
Oh my God!
If there's anyone on here still on Facebook Live, you can give us a name.
Ron Jeremy.
Bill Paxton. All right, so we're gonna do Bill. See, there you go, Sam. We got you. We got somebody who is not a recent actor. We got someone who is old. So
rest in peace, by the way.
All right, rest in peace. Game over, man. Yeah. All right, so I will go first, and because I just said it, I will say aliens. So we'll go. Clockwise, so I feel like Sam needs more time. So
no, I got one.
You got one? All right, so let's go. All right, so we have aliens. Let me write this down.
Aliens. We got aliens.
Aliens.
Tombstone.
It's a great one. Damn. Tombstone. All right, so Pete, what do you got?
Terminator. Right?
That's right. He was the dude in the bar who got beat up, and he took his clothes. It was Terminator. All right, I got one. Twister.
Oh shit! Yeah. Apollo 13.
Damn, I would have forgot that one. Apollo 13. So you see, audience, you can see how this game can be you can play this one at home. Apollo 13. All right, Pete, what do you got?
Shit, I had one that I was going to say.
That's how this game works. Like, all of a sudden when you're put on the spot, you can't remember.
I had one. No, I have one. I was gonna save for later.
Yeah, that's the other part of the game.
Yeah.
Like maybe you know an obscure one, and like you put that in your pocket.
But
And
I
you
can't think of anything else. I'll have to go.
So you don't have to waste it.
Weird Science.
Weird Science. That's right. He wasn't that one.
He was Chet.
Yeah.
That's right.
See, another fun one that I really liked that he was in. That he was kind of like he's always been like a character guy. True Lies.
Oh yeah.
What was he in True Lies?
Remember the fake, the fake secret agent at the very beginning,
Oh, that's right.
and the waiter who they made he pissed.
The used car dealer.
Yeah, that guy. He pissed his pants at their aunt. That was Bill Paxton, buddy.
I totally forgot that. I can't remember any other ones.
All right.
I'm out.
All right. Sam's out for the sake of time.
Right.
Sam is out. What do you got, Pete Malini?
Titanic.
He was the captain. That's right. He was the captain. Titanic. Okay, now it comes back to me, and now I'm struggling. I'll be honest. I am struggling because when you're on the spot,
Yeah.
yeah. See, right now, Kiet Fam, he's like, there's 93 movies, and like we have 8. I'm trying to see now. Oh God, I'm struggling here. This is bad. See, this is what I was talking about. Now, you had a little bit of doubts of this in the pre-show meeting. Now, do you see how this is a little fun?
A little.
It's because you're not a crazy movie guy like me, and apparently Pete here.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I should have saved True Lies. That was the one I wanted to save.
Oh.
And shit, I think I can't. Like my brain is blanking out because I remember a TV show, but that's a TV show.
TV show.
That's not a movie. You're like, I'm following the same rules as a Doug Loves movie. Okay, no, I was gonna put like a cap of a minute, and it's been a minute. So all right, Pete, Pete's our winner. Well, what do you think we missed?
No, I don't see. I had this. I'm glad you crapped out
because you didn't have another
I
one.
did have. He was in Predator or the second one. He was in one of the Predator movies.
I think he was in the second one.
I couldn't remember which
he wasn't
one.
in the first one.
Okay, so
No.
he was in Predator.
He was in Predator 2. It's like now it's like so you can see this game.
Yeah.
Another actor.
All right, give us one more. Give us another actor. Facebook audience. We have time maybe for one more. All right, Facebook. The 3 people still watching. Apparently we've lost. Maybe this is not the hit that I thought it was going to be. See, I know Sam. You don't like it. See, I love this.
Well,
Oh, Bill Murray will be here till tomorrow. All right, Bill Murray.
Don't worry.
All right, all right, Sam, you're the first one out, so you're the first one in.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
God damn it!
He has a lot.
He's got thousands
I know, but
of
that
them.
was
Come on, get nail an easy one.
Lost in Translation.
Good one.
Okay, Lost in
That's not an
Translation.
easy one.
But it's a good one.
I was expecting to say like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That's Ghostbusters. So you got Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just. I mean, if you want to take it off the table, it's just sitting there.
Zombieland.
Huh? Zombie. That's right. Zombieland. All right.
Ghostbusters 2.
See, that's the easy one. G2. All right. Meatballs.
Oh, there you go.
Balls. Caddyshack.
That was the other easy one. I was Caddyshack.
Yeah, Stripes.
Stripes. Oh, that's another good one. I like that movie. Scrooged.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah. That was a fun one. I'm totally blanking out because I lost my line.
It's
of
Bill
thought.
Murray.
I know. I just lost my total line of thought here.
That's what happens in this game. That's what makes this game.
Yeah. No,
See, I was trying to find us a guest so we could have 4 people to play this.
You have to understand, I'm running a radio station at the same time.
I know you're running a radio station.
So I got a little distracted, so you gotta give me a sec to get back online here.
Yeah, get back online. I'll give you a little time. We have to. Bill Murray. He's a funny guy, but
I know,
he's been in a few dramas, occasionally here and there. He's not just
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
Life Aquatic.
See, that's going to feed us into all the all the Wes Anderson movies. Yeah, doing a voice in a movie that also counts. So Life Aquatic, and then I'll take another one off the table right there. The Royal Tenenbaums.
There you go.
He was really good in that one.
Oh, he was awesome.
Yeah.
How could I not have had Life Aquatic? I see a Life Aquatic poster every day because it's in front of the door to my room.
I'm gonna jump out on this one.
All right, you're gonna tap out. Okay.
I know there's more. And
there's plenty more, but
yes, after this, but
yeah.
I don't want to waste time.
I have no doubt. What do you got, Pete?
Was it Garfield? Right?
That's right.
Jeez.
Garfield. The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Was he in that one?
Yeah.
Yep. He was one of the five other Maître d', the five other not Maître d', whatever they're called.
Oh, one of the 5 managers.
The managers of the other hotels.
Yeah, and I just remembered the other Wes Anderson movie that he was in. That was freaking brilliant.
It's Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Was he in that?
Yeah, he was the Badger.
He was the Badger. Fantastic Mr. Fox. And then I just remembered another Wes Anderson movie. Moonrise Kingdom. That is probably my favorite. That's my favorite Wes Anderson movie.
Is it me, or is he used to playing cuckolds in all Wes Anderson movies?
He does get cuckolded in every Wes Anderson movie. Holy shit. Now, looking at all these, with the exception of like Grand Budapest Hotel, yeah, I think he gets cuckolded in almost all of them. Even Life Aquatic, he gets cuckolded in that one. When Kate Blanchett, goes with what's his face. All right, so I got Moonrise Kingdom.
Also, his wife ends up going with
fucking what's his name? Jeff Goldblum's character.
Yeah, he got double time on that one.
He got double cuckold. He just cuckold all left and right.
Pay extra for that kind of action.
Bill cuckold. Wes Anderson just thinks that Bill's just a big cuckold or something. What do you got, Pete?
Was it St. Vincent?
St. Vincent. That's a recent one.
Yeah.
See, you know what's funny? Because that made me think of another one. Rock the Casbah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Right.
That was a really good one. See, I knew this one was going to take forever because Bill has a lot of movies. He has a lot of good ones.
I'm zoning out.
I know.
I'm going to throw one out just because it's funny. Garfield 2. Tales of Two Kitties.
God damn it. You got the full title, too. Jesus Christ. Garfield.
The circle is complete. Both Bill Paxton and Bill Murray were
in Stripes.
Yeah.
All right, so now the onus is on me. I need to try to think of... Oh, this was a movie I was going to try to mention earlier. One of the movies during my movie challenge that I could not finish. What About Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for the love of God, how can I not remember that?
Oh.
I could not finish that movie. That movie annoyed me to no fucking end. I could not stand Bill's character in that movie. I made it 20 minutes.
It was so brilliant.
It was so bad. I hated him. That evoked so much hate out of me, I couldn't watch the rest of that movie.
That was the point.
That was the point.
His point was to be so... I mean, you have to remember.
I get that.
He was a pain in the ass of a character to his psychologist.
Yeah.
He had to be that. He had to bring that level of vitriol for the movie.
It was so bad. I couldn't stand it. All right, you got anything?
Charlie's Angels.
Shit. Shit. He was so bad with Lucy. I mean, him and Lucy Liu fought so much that they replaced him with friggin' Bernie Mac. Charlie's Angels. Damn it. I thought I had you with What About Bob? Oh shit. I'm gonna. Dang.
We're going on OT on this one.
We're on overtime right now. Fuck. I can't think. Oh, shit. You might have aced me with that one. There's going to be something where I'm going to be like, fuck everything.
I can't.
There's going to be plenty of fuck everythings where I'm like, oh, fuck my life. I can't believe I can't. Like, I'm sure there's like some movie that I really love a lot that I just can't remember right now because I'm on the spot and I can't think of it. I just got a clue and I'm not going to use that movie. No, I can't take any help. That you just took a movie off the table. I can't say it now. That's like no help from the audience. Because right now, I just got a clue right now. Like, I was like, shit, how could I forget that movie? Yeah. That was one. No, you're gonna take the win. The one Kiet fan mentioned, Space Jam.
Oh, he was in Space Jam.
See, Sam's like, shit, it's a basketball movie. How could I not remember that? So this game can be a lot of fun. This is what I'm talking about, yo. And if we get a few other guests in here,
figure out a way to make it more interactive for the viewers that started dying off like flies.
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like they tuned out because the show was almost over.
They won't leave because of that.
The show's almost over. So, Sam, your Twitter.
So Sam Z570.
Pete, what is your Twitter?
It's nostalgic_comic.
And does the East LA Comic Con have a Twitter?
Does. All East LA Comic Con social media is at East LA Comic Con. All one word.
All across Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram. Yeah, all over there.
All over there. And our show, you can always follow our show. It's much like East LA Comic. Everything revolves around Dre GP Podcast. If you go to Twitter, it's that. If you go to Facebook, if you go to Twitch, all those mediums, you will find us using Dre GP Podcast. So that's our show. We've gone over. We went way over. So for my staff, Judgmental Nerd, Pete Molini, Excessively Long, Executive Producer, Sam Zia. I'm your host, Dre Cervantes. Remember, if you're listening to this on iTunes, watch it on Facebook. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can download this later on iTunes. Remember, rate, review, subscribe. Tell us how we're doing. Share it with your friends. Share it with everyone. Spread the word. Thank you very much for watching or listening. My name is Dre Cervantes, and I'm your host. Have yourselves a good night, and I love you all. Bye.